Hello, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Love Trap content, and we are back. Power Book 2. Oh, Jesus Christ. Season 4, episode 9. You guys. Before we get into the things, please like the video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Let's have fun in a chat. If you're watching replay, let's get down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. If you don't mind, if you think someone else you know may like my commentary, please share. Okay, I would appreciate that. I want to make sure I address people that's here on time, early. Like, I appreciate y'all for coming through for your girl. FYI, something's going on with my throat a little bit, so I may be taking a lot of water breaks. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're going to get into the things. But I want to say good morning to Kara K, Stephen Harris, P. Nicole. Good morning. I'm glad to see you here as well. Matthew Wilson. Good morning. DeMarcus. What's up, Mr. Jones? What's up, Jay? Deborah. Hey, boo. I appreciate you. Voice of Reason. What's up? How y'all doing this morning? I hope you guys are doing well, okay? Oh, should we get into the things now, you guys? HEA, what's up, boo? Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all coming through. Okay, I'm going to hold it together, you guys. I'm going to hold it together. All right, so we start the day, aka the episode, with Noma. You know, she's getting fitted for her little wedding garb. You know, she kind of pulls off all, white kind of good. Now, I'm not even going to hold you. Well, most people look good in white. Most people look good in white. It was giving me, I was reminiscing off my wedding. Why, my wedding it wasn't as traumatic, but it was just giving me all the feels, of a wedding and what have you, right? So she over there with the little sinister look. Then we see Cane at the penthouse. He's getting fitted for his tux, and he's texting his mother asking if she's attending the wedding, okay? And of course, his mother don't give a good goddamn about this wedding. She over there playing dominoes, okay, with Drew and aunt/cousin Janet, all right? And Monet's like, I don't give a good goddamn about this wedding, Drew. Like, do you believe your brother? Like, what we doing here? And of course, Janet was like, I done use all my frequent flyer miles to come up here with Braun, so we gonna support Cane, all right? So Drew texts Diana and asks if are they going or not, right? But she is in class and she's talking about she going through a lot, okay? She don't have time to be thinking about it. We in class, y'all, and we see that Effie Morales receives a congratulation email. She has been admitted and accepted into the engineering program at Stanford. And for some reason, I couldn't get excited. I'm Team Effie, and I could not get excited because I immediately went to my purse and got my asthma pump because I didn't know what these people about to do because we know good things don't be happening to Effie. So I'm like, y'all trying to set me up for the okie doke? Come on with this good stuff. Y'all giving me good news, and I am not happy about it. I'm like, are we gonna do this today with Effie? Like, you already know I'm on pins and needles at this point, right? So the professor, he's passing out, the packets or what have you, and Diana, she can't focus. She's not trying to take this exam, and she leaves. And Tariq was like, yo, Diana, what's wrong? And I'm like, are you going to go behind her, Tariq? But Tariq was like, hell no. Nah. I mean, she cool and whatever, but I'm trying to get my grades together, okay? I was like, Tariq don't know about unconditional love. He know about conditional love. Not saying he loved Diana, but it's but so much he gonna do. Well, I feel like he loved Lauren. I think he trauma bonded with Effie. And Diana, that's pure circumstantial. But Tariq ain't no fool. He said, I am going to get my grade for this exam. I don't know what the F you talking about. So do what you got to do, Diana. Side note, Diana, her outfits be giving cute. It be giving Stacey Dash and Clueless. Like her little cute petite body in those two pieces. I'm here for it. Okay, wardrobe department. Y'all probably the only department on this show that get an A+. Now the writing and the directing, however, not so much all the time. But one thing we can count on is the wardrobe department. They gonna come through. All right. What's up, Monique69? Waze Johnson, thank you for coming through. Dexter, what's up? He said, has Monae moved up the Power Mother rankings? I don't even want to think about that right now. Okay, Dexter, calm down, chill out. I don't want to think about that. So we gotta hold that question for later. Okay. So jeez. Tariq, after the class, he goes back to his room, and Braden got his spunky ass feet on Tariq's bed, stalking L's IG page. And, he's like, bruh, like, come on, what we doing here? Get the F off my bed. Stop crying about this heifer because she was nothing but a distraction. She was no good for us. And Tariq told Braden everything we wanted Braden to hear. Like, we need Monae in this moment because he's the most P-whip out of everybody on this show, okay? and Tariq knows. He's like, man, every whiff of punani that come your way, you fall in love. Like, I'm going to need you to stop doing that. It ain't that deep, bro. It ain't that deep. Damn, Braden. Oh, I'm so tired of him. So in the midst of this conversation, Tariq gets a call from Carter. And Carter tells him there's this rogue dealer in Staten Island at this little abandoned amusement park called Vicky. And he wants Tariq to check on these folks. And Tariq like, why the hell I got to do it? You got people on payroll? I don't understand why I got to do it. And Carter was like, well, you the only one that will fit in. My people's look suspicious. But he tells Tariq, go there when it's dark. Don't tell nobody. And go alone. And Tariq says, okay. No offense, Tariq, but you sure already knew. You should have been up on game. Nothing is in Staten Island but Method Man's childhood home, okay? Nothing is there. But hey, Tariq, he's kind of caught in a little pickle, so he obliges him, but you shouldn't have bought it, Reek. I'm sorry. What's up, Blaze? Peace and abundance to you. Thank you for coming through. Stopping by to give your condolences. So Drew, he's doing a little pickup from his crew, right? And they're kind of, chatting, but the conversation, we're not clear, right? So he's asking them, like, what the hell y'all kikiing about? So they state that they're trying to understand Tariq's placement in the organization. They want to know, one, who is Tariq going to report to? And two, why did Carter send Tariq on a mission and not Drew? So Drew is confused and in his feelings, right? But guys, okay. Yes, I'm here talking, but I need y'all to chime in on the chat, right? Because Noma and Carter's plan is to get rid of Monae and Tariq. Now, let me just say this. I understand these power writers, and sometimes they need to link one thing for the plot, right? So the purpose of this scene is for Drew to know that Reek is en route to Staten Island, or he has a task in Staten Island. But honestly, in my opinion, this scene made no sense. Like, if Carter and Noma, they have a plan to get rid of these two people. So it would not make any sense for them to tell additional people that has nothing to do with the plan. That was stupid, because guess what happens? Now these fools tell Drew, and Drew is able to help save them. Like, this makes no sense for Carter to do this. These fools not even top ranking. You can tell. Like, Drew is ahead of these fools. Like, I don't understand why these fools even know about Tariq. It made no sense. It was stupid as hell. Like, this pissed me off about power because there was another way. They could have, and don't get me wrong, I can't think of another way right now, but there surely had to have been another way that made more sense, right? Drew could have found out a whole nother way that Tariq was en route to Staten Island. This scene irked my nerves because it was idiotic. Made no sense at all. At all. Dexter, see, look, you asking the same question. It had to be Carter. Unless Carter told Nico and Nico told the crew. But I feel like, and this is the thing, we deal with in power. They beef up these ops so much, right? You know, the Serbians, the Russians, you know, just they beef up these crews in the beginning so much to see a quick downfall. Because a dirty cop with experience of Carter would not make such a mistake. Carter is a master manipulator, okay? It makes no sense for him to tell his crew or his crew to find out about it. This was clearly a conversation was had between Noma and Carter, and then Carter called Tariq. Why do these fools know about this? Idiots, right? Hold on, DeMarc. You said Cash is a part of Drew's crew, the dark-skinned dude. Cash was... I cannot. Blaze, you said the writer's room should have been fired. DeMarcus, you said Carter told Drew about the Staten Island play. Okay, I'm confused. Because this is the first time in this scene Drew is finding out about the Staten Island play. And this further would not make sense because even though Carter knows Drew ain't really effing with Monae like that, he would leave too much. That wouldn't make sense. I'm sorry. That just didn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. Because Carter at this point cannot take any chances. Like, this plan has to be airtight. He cannot leave anything to questioning. Like, what are we doing here? What's up, Dre Monstar 870? I haven't seen you before. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. You said LOL sloppy writing. They don't care about this show. LOL Lionsgate just cashing in on the power name. It's giving very much so. Yeah. It's giving housewife. It's giving, I'm just gonna lay up and make y'all make the money, and I'm gonna chill at the house. Voice of Reads, you said because maybe like with Effie, it was their job to go and he changed it. But there, to my understanding, okay, I get that voice of reasoning. That makes sense too. But the whole thing seems like a lie. It seems like the whole Staten Island thing, that wasn't even true. It wasn't meant, there wasn't no reason for work to be in Staten Island at all. The whole thing seemed like a lie, right? That's what I took. But hey, let me move on, okay? Because if I'm here being picky over every little thing, I'm gonna be here all goddamn day. Okay. So at the Penthouse, we over here with the pre-wedding festivities, right? And we have, you know, Anya there. We got a bunch of help. Okay. We got 11 servers for 4 people. Okay. Okay, Noma, you running up the bag. And then we meet her brother, Chindu. Off rip, first impression, Chindu, I don't like you. Okay. You immediately have to go. You immediately have to go. Like, your whole vibe, your aura, I can't get with you. Like, he's a typical, like, American hater. And y'all already know, I hate to go off stereotypes, but sometimes I question, is it a stereotype if this represents the masses of a group? Because we already know, well, I personally know there are a lot of people from Africa who look down on African Americans or Black Americans, however you want to describe us. Okay. You know, they give us the lazy label, the uncouth label, the uneducated label. You know, it is what it is. But Chindu is representing that. Okay, let's just say that. Hey, Miss Kara, thank you for coming through. So he's questioning like everything Noma's doing at this point. He's questioning her rush to remarry because we haven't figured out what the hell went on with Lombardi. He doesn't understand her move to the United States. And he doesn't, understand her quest to gain these government contracts, right? So it seems like Cane he's an earshot of this, but I can't necessarily tell in the writing if they're trying to convey that Cane is listening to all this, because Chindu is also questioning her choice of husband, right? So next thing we see, Monae, Diana, and Drew arrive, and of course Cane, he's on alert. He like, what the hell y'all doing here? And Noma is surprisingly welcoming, right? A whole mood shift. And I just feel like, Monae, you should have peeped game. I know they about to get married, but Monae, you got to peep game, okay? I'm just saying, where are your spidey senses, okay? Where are your spidey senses? So, of course, eventually we get to dinner time, and it's the typical time for revelations and drama, right? So Chindu off rip is disrespectful, okay? He's not putting any respect on Cane's name, because he's asking, like, Cane, how can you even afford this place, sir? Like, what's going on? What do you do for a living? So, of course, Cane is saying that he works for the bar that they never effing use, okay? And Anya, she was getting smart, because Noma was like, yes, that's a hot as they own a nice little bistro. I love how she be playing up words, right? And Anya was like, no, it's a dive bar. Like, that's all it is. And Diana had to chime in like, my family done made it up. We done moved on up like the Jeffersons when it comes to this bar, ma'am. So I'm going to need you to chill the hell out. I don't know, y'all. I was kind of liking the little spiciness between Diana and Anya. Like, Anya probably got Diana by like 20, 30 pounds. But I won't mind seeing a little scuffle, okay? Diana may win that off of pure, like, just anger and frustration strength, okay? But Anya's over there, she's trying to figure out, because the math ain't mathing, right? Because Cane was like, what do you do, Chindu? Okay? And of course, Noma cuts him off, right? But Cane, it mentions also that he, is impressed how Noma operates her business. But Chindu's like, sir, correction. It's more like a family business. And Monae was like, you don't know nothing about these motherfucking people, Cane. This is what I'm talking about. So this was kind of news to all of us, because we was under the assumption that Noma ran the show. But hey, we learned something new. So I'm like, And then we also learned that Noma has a father that did not attend, but he is still around. So I'm like, okay, wow. Cane, his facial expression was very much disappointed and confused, because I think now he knows that, trying to be a partnership, that ain't gonna work, because she's not sole owner. Oh my God. So Drew, he also brings up how he used to live in a penthouse. He got kicked out. Monae was like, well, I told both y'all fools y'all can stay up here until I sell it, okay? But I don't know, y'all. It's me, but I just feel like the flow of this conversation was weird. It was off. Like, and I hate to use the term realistic, especially when it comes to Power Book 2 Ghost, but this thing flowed, especially when Monae brought up knowing Mecca. Like, she equated knowing Mecca and then followed through with Noma marrying her son. That was just weird. Just the way the dialogue was just a little odd to me. I didn't like it. It didn't flow. And she didn't even mention, I feel like the gimme gotcha would have been like, y'all remember Mecca? The woman, the guy Monae, Noma was married to, yeah. That's my baby daddy, okay? Like, I feel like that would have been more of a gut punch. And I'm like, okay, Monae, why didn't you lead with that? But at the same time, I'm like, okay, maybe we don't want to bring up Mecca because we don't want to talk about Lorenzo and Zeke. But at the same time, why bring them up at all? Like, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like this scene could have been done better. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but I have to move on. I had to move on because I did not understand at all. Yeah, I didn't like this scene. It could have had more potential. Like, they are infamous for great dinner table scenes. I don't understand why the impact couldn't have been as powerful this time around. We had so much to work with, but we didn't use nothing relevant. Like, I don't know. So everybody's, all in a tizzy. So they make their way off the dinner table. And Cane and Monae, they go in a room to talk, right? So Drew is upset because apparently Monae has been ignoring his text messages and she pops up. So he's confused, right? And he's like, well, I need you to chill out, Monae, because you talking real greasy. And I can dime you out to Noma real quick. I'm like, Cane, you not diming your mama out. Shut the hell up. Stop using that. That is no trump card, okay? But she, clarifies like, hey, we gonna attend your little funky ass wedding. We gonna make sure you look good for ice or what have you. That is on brand. Like, saying your little funky ass wedding, that's something I would say. That was hilarious to me. So Cane mentions, he appreciates her being there. And then Monae proceeds to pour into Cane in a positive manner, which threw me to F off low key, right? Because she starts telling him that he's a good son and he doesn't deserve to be talked down to. Family first. She always, over there talking about family first. But she also questions his decisions, right? Asking him, is he sure about this? Noma would never see you as equal. She's only using you. She ain't the one. You can't trust her, yada, yada, yada. And Cane, all he has to say is it's a good thing. Now, of course, based on what we saw at the end of the episode, it makes sense, all that's going on. And I immediately caught wind of something is going to happen between one of these people based on this scene. But there's a few things, right? Because I understand it seems though that the staff and crew was not aware that this show will not have a season 5. So they probably had to pivot and change some things. But it just seems as though when it comes to any sort of character development, it happens abruptly. Like, there's no slow burn, right? It's giving air fryer versus oven. Like, I would have appreciated Monae kind of giving Cane a little bit more, positive affirmations or laying off him maybe 2 episodes ago to get to this point. Don't call Cane pussy whip and an idiot and a dumbass for 8 episodes, and then episode 9 for out of thin air, you tell him he's a good son. It's weird because it doesn't, writing that did not convey why or how Monae got to this point where she needed to express to Cane that he was a good son. Like, did we cut out some scenes? Like, what? I don't know. It just feel like the storytelling is a little lackluster here, and it's frustrating. And I'm not trying to be negative Nancy at all. I'm just giving y'all just my opinions on what happened in this episode. I appreciate it. I was like, finally, you said something positive to your child, but it's like, I don't know. They just made it kind of too obvious that something was going to happen. And it was annoying. What's up, Queen? Thank you for coming through. Blaze, you said they pivoted all right, a little to the left, went straight right off the cliff. DeMarcus, you said she was giving off mixed signals to Cane. Yeah, she definitely was, because she ignored him about, attending the wedding. But then, of course, I don't know. It was a little frustrating watching, right? Aisha, hey, boo. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for coming through. So Drew and Diana, they enter the room, and Drew mentions, Bronze, he got everything set up at the bar. And so it seems as though, we got a bachelor party to attend. But of course, this scene would not be done without Drew and Cane over there trading insults or what have you, right? So they still got their little beef. So they leave, and then Monae, she proceeds to leave But before she does, Noma stops her and was like, okay, Monae, we need to talk. Like, we need to let bygones be bygones. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have kicked you out of the business. But I'm marrying your son. Okay. And Monae was like, what the hell that got to do with me? That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm like, Monae, it has everything to do with you. Because you and your feelings. Okay, boo-boo. But she trying to play hard. So I'm going to give her that. So she tells Noma she doesn't want in the business, right? But she wants money because she wants to ensure her kids are taken care of. So I'm like, Monae, are you pretty much pimping Cane out low-key? Like, I understand you trying to maximize this opportunity, but this was weird because I'm like, you treating Cane like a two-bit hoe. Like, is this like some sort of dowry payment? Like, it was, you really out here selling your son's citizenship. Like, what is going on here? I don't know. It was just weird that she was asking Noma for bread. I mean, it's on par for Monae in a sense to be doing things that confuse me, but this opened up an opportunity for her to get lined up because Noma stated she doesn't have a large amount of cash just lying around, but she has a large amount of product in an abandoned amusement park in Staten Island. And this will be her offering to Monae as a kumbaya, a clean slate, if you will. So Monae takes it, and it looks like she's running with it at this time. And I'm like, Monae, I don't know. It's just, I'm sorry. Like, you don't give no type of side eye to this. I don't know, Monae. Oh, Jesus Christ. So this is probably one of my favorite scenes at the bar we never use for anything else. Yes, this bar. We having a bachelor party. We turn it up. Okay, we got the cousins on deck. Shout out to Lil Durk. He was in the episode. Lil Durk gives me always weird vibes. Like, he always give stud or something. I don't know. When I see him in pictures, he always look like he's a deer in headlights. Like, I don't know. I don't know his music too much, but because, you know, I guess I'm an auntie right now. So shout out to Lil Durk for making his appearance or what have you, but he's playing one of the cousins and they're all drinking, having a good time. But Lil Durk says something that was a little off-putting to me, right? Because he mentions, like, the cousins are bigging up Cane for his decision to marry up, right? But Lil Durk is stating, like, hey, we have a big-ass organization in the family. And y'all choose to side with her instead of us. And I'm like, why are y'all putting this in there, writers? Like, are y'all trying to lead to something in the future? Because y'all never mentioned y'all have family that has a huge organization. Because we always over here scratching and surviving, trying to find a new connect here and there. Like, you couldn't ask your family for help. And maybe Monae is the type of person, you know, she didn't want to ask, you know, a family member for help. She wanted to be independent. But it was interesting that he said that. I don't know. I'm just saying. Also in this scene, we see that Drew verbally checks on Diana, right? He asked her, you know, how she's doing. And I love this. I love when we do see that. Because these Polo kids, they need all the help they can get, right? But just in general, as a person, I love when someone just checks on you, like, hey, how you doing? Like, always check on your strong friend, always check on your strong family member, check on the weak ones, just check on your peoples, okay? Okay. What Keaton Ivy Wayne say? Message, okay? Check on your peoples, okay? Because everybody be going through it. So she explains how, you know, she's always distracted. She feels lost. You know, she don't really know what to do. She don't understand how people can expect her to go from a pregnant college student to being left for dead in the alley to being, you know, a murderer to going back to a college student. I was like, well, Diana, half of those problems are based on your decisions, ma'am. So I'm sorry. It's not about people expecting you to. Like, you was over there busting it wide open to Tariq. Okay, without a condom, but technically, I still don't believe this was Tariq baby. I'm sorry, y'all. Call me delusional or not, but at this time, it's still Salim's baby. And why we have never checked on Salim's body? Y'all could not have told me that we was not going to discover Salim's body and go through that rabbit hole. Like they just left so many things open in this season. It's ridiculous. It is laughable at this point, but Drew, he explains, hey, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. What's up, Juan Roman? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. So, Drew shares some good news because apparently some art curator says that he has a good chance of getting a fellowship in Paris. Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. The last piece of little artwork I've seen Drew do was a little sketch of Everett's tattoos. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, how do we even get here? We got maybe one little scene in episode 1 or 2 of Drew in the art gallery to him getting up for a fellowship. Drew, I ain't seen not near goddamn artwork that looked like it was fellowship worthy, especially fellowship in goddamn Paris. Like, y'all could have sprinkled in 1 or 2 scenes throughout the season showing that Drew was still over there drawing. I mean, one little scene in his room, getting his pens and, his color pencils, like something. Maybe him going back to the art gallery. Like, this is what I be talking about, the storytelling, the details. Oh, my God. But this fool had the nerve to say, his ungrateful behind had to say, well, yeah, this sounds good or whatever, but I like working with Carter. Drew, don't you understand the word Carter? I don't care if it's Sean Carter, Dwayne Carter, light-skinned Street Carter. Like, come on, what we doing here? Like, this is not a foolproof long-term plan. You over here working with a dirty cop, but the fact that he make you feel appreciated and needed, you think that it's gonna work out. I swear, these kids. But at this point, he thinks he's getting pushed out, so that's probably giving him the indication he needs to go to Paris. Drew, if you don't get your ass out of here, like, for real, let me see some artwork. What we doing? So Diana decides to call Monae because she feels that Monae may be in her feelings because she's losing Cane on some level. She don't answer, but she called auntie/cousin Janet, who told her that Noma sent Monae on a mission to Staten Island. And this is probably the only time that I am appreciative of Diana being a nosy ass little girl, okay? It worked out this time because she was like, she's peeping everything, right? So she hears Staten Island. She shares that with Drew. Drew was like, Tariq is en route to Staten Island. Then Effie comes in mad at Cane because she said some random Russian said that there's a drop change and the change is in Staten Island. So thank God, Diana's over there putting 2 and 2 and 2 together. But I'm like, this is weird, right? So why would a random Russian know about the play in Staten Island? See, this is what I'm talking about. Extra people being included in the scheme and the plan for no reason. And Effie, why are you talking to a random Russian unless he was a person that you have to communicate with directly? Because we've always seen you talk to Vadim. And maybe Vadim shared with his crew where he was going. But that's what I'm saying. Everybody knows about this elaborate plan. That's why it failed. Annoying as hell, right? So Effie asked Cane to go talk, okay, on some Tevin Campbell type shit, right? So they end up talking, not with their mouths, with their bodies. The only person I'm hearing talking is Ice Spice. I'm like, why are we over here filming this love seed to this rendition of Much? Like, y'all, I laughed this entire time. Like, we over here making love to Ice Spice. Is this some little kid shit? Is this what the 20-year-olds is doing right now? They over here making love to NBA young boy Ice Spice and to the likes of them, Chief Keef, Kodak Black. Is this how y'all rocking? Because let me know. Because this is not sexy at all, okay? Not at all, okay? Flip side, we see Noma and Davis burning all the calories. It is odd, right? Because you would think the older couple will be over here chilling, trying to relax. No, Davis, like, I got all these muscles over here. It's gonna be used, okay? It's gonna be used. But y'all, just the juxtaposition of these pre-married couple over here messing with other people. It's hilarious to me, y'all. But shout out to Davis, okay, aka Method Man. He said, I'm gonna get my moment and I'm gonna shine, okay? What's up, Jacoby? He said when they switched showrunners, the show changed. Yeah, it's we just gotta deal with it. We just gotta deal with it at this point. So after, and this is the thing, right? And I hate to be nitpicky. And I hate to be even talk about this because these people are at least 10 to 15 years younger than I. But the whole Effie and Cane scene, I don't know. Like, Effie, like, what? Maybe it's your tough exterior. I don't know. But girl, this is supposed to be pleasurable. Like, I don't know if you're trying to convey sexy or just hard, but just look like you're into it just a little bit. I mean, I don't think you're in love with Cane, but I know you like him a lot. Okay. So why are we over here throwing this cooch round and looking like this? Looking like this. Like, what we doing? So they have a post conversation, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, damn, like, you over here committing yourself to wild ass Noma, but you over here laying up with me tonight. And Cane flat out said, me marrying Noma ain't got nothing to do with you. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, you ate that, Cane. You ate that. I was like, ooh. And that was a little cringe, right? And he was like, you know what? I want to be Bumpy Johnson, Frank Lucas, Nikki Barnes, etc., etc. And she, properly asked, like, hey, how do they end up? Like, what's the end game here? And this fool had the nerve to say immortal. I'm like, this fool here is an idiot. So pretty much Cane wants clout that doesn't expire. That's what I'm gathering here. All he wants in life is to pretty much have his name ring bells like Marlon Stansfield. This is all he desires at this point. Oh my God. And I want to say Cane has grown as a person, but it's hard to say that at this point. So, of course, Effie is low-key belittling this thought because it is dumb as hell, rightfully so. But he tells her, hey, I don't belittle your little robot dreams, so don't be over here belittling my drug dealer dreams, okay? So she tells him with a commanding voice that I'm going to Cali at the end of the semester, so I went out the game for good. Excuse the hell out of me, Effie. So it seems though she felt like she put it on him so good that he was going to make that happen. And Cane told her, like, yo, I'm going to be running Noma's organization on both sides. But at the end of the day, this is her business. Like, you want it in the game, right? You in the game. Like, I can talk to her, but that's the best I can do, right? And of course, Effie is thrown the hell off because they've had previous conversations where he told her, yo, I got you. And don't get me wrong, Cane has put his life on the line by helping her trying to get out of this organization. They had a whole scheme where they went into a whole cop's, home, had a whole laptop, broken into. Like, he's done a lot to try to help her. But I guess after constant rejection from Noma to let Effie out of the business, maybe Cane at this point is like, he's realizing, like, I can't really change this woman's mind. especially possibly after knowing that, hey, this is more like a family business. She's not the only one that's making decisions here. So I'm really kind of stuck. But at the same time, a part of me felt that Cane's decision to marry Noma was multi-purpose. Yes, I do feel like that he, of course, is trying to move up in the ranks and in the game. So yes, he's marrying her. But a small part of me also felt that he felt he can persuade Noma to let Effie out of the business once they got married. I felt like Cane is whimsical enough to believe that. But it seems as though that's not happening. Like, Cane really, it looked like he broke Effie's dreams. I'm sorry, y'all. She really expected Cane to deliver like dominoes, and Cane didn't deliver nothing but the D. Okay, I'm sorry. You looking for the wrong D, Diana. I mean, sorry, Effie, because he can't deliver that for you. And I'm sorry, baby girl, the way you grew up, you chose to align yourself with Cane and to rely on him because you couldn't rely on anyone else in life. And this is probably the first time where you opened up yourself physically and mentally to another person. But girl, I'm sorry. This ain't work. This did not work. This plan did not work. God damn. I thought it was, y'all. I'm gonna hold you. I thought Cane was going to be able to help. Oh, Jesus Christ. I cannot. Meanwhile, we in Staten Island, y'all. And Monae in her thigh-high boots is walking in this abandoned location alone in the dark. Like, I understand your kids are busy, but there's no gullible goons and queens that can roll with you, especially if you think you're about to inherit a whole warehouse of work. Like, I don't understand. Were you going to just peep out the work and leave and come back with a plan, or, organize, some drop-offs and pickups? Like, I'm just trying to understand if this would have worked. Monae, you are ill-equipped, because I for damn sure know you wasn't going to pull all that work in the G-Wagon. So why, one, you show up alone, and two, how was you going to transport these drugs? Or you just thought, okay, it was going to just be up in here for however long you needed to be here. This is going to be your spot. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing here? Now, Tariq, he was instructed to show up alone. Monae was not. So what are we doing here? Adios míos. So, of course, Tariq and Monae, they realize they've been set up, right? And as soon as they realize it, Vadim and his number 2 shows up. And it looks like, of course, they got the drop on Monae and Tariq. But luckily so, Diana and Drew was able to make it there in time to murk the Russians and saving Tariq and Monae. By the time you do something right for Tariq, Diana, like, finally you come through with a little favor, okay? Finally. I don't know. And don't get me wrong. I know Diana has been over there working with the guns and what have you here and there, but she's giving very much, I got 12 bodies right now. Like, this whole episode, it was given, I don't have no fear, okay? I'm over here at the wedding venue, busting guns. Like, I don't know. It's just, this is interesting to me. I'm just going to say that. It's very much interesting. Thank you, Jacoby, so much for the super chat. You said Cane married to the game. You have to respect that. Do I? Do I have to respect Cane? Don't get me wrong. I like Cane, but I guess. I'm just going to keep saying, I guess. Hey, Moochie, thank you for coming through. Yeah, Monica, and Tariq was dumb to go alone, but at least I don't fault him as much as Monae, because Monae was not getting any direction in terms of how she should approach the location. Oh my God. It's okay. I'm not going to crash out, you guys. I promise. Okay. So what's up, Stephen Harris? Thank you for coming through. So Of course, they're in a pickle because now they're all sharing the information with each other. So now Drew and Diana know what's going on. Tariq and Monae know what's going on. So the only plan they can come up with at this current time is to play dead, okay? So they cut off the Russian's fingers, put it in a nice little Ziploc bag, okay? And they put them in the G-Wagon. Monae texts Noma, the job is done, as if she's the Russians. And then they torch the G-Wagon. And at first, I was just like, what are we doing here? Like, where is Monae going to have transportation? Like, I was confused, y'all. I'm like, ooh. But of course, when I peeped the end of the episode, it makes sense, okay? And because when it comes to vehicles and these characters, they're kind of synonymous, with each other. Not saying Monae's in her G-Wagon is as iconic as Tommy and his Mustang, but it gives you the same vibes, right? Well, at least me. Even if, Lord, I don't want to put this in the atmosphere, but even if something happens to Rock's, white Range Rover, I would feel a way. It's kind of giving like death of an era, death of a character per se. So when this G-Wagon got burnt, I was a little taken aback because I'm like, okay, where are we going? Like, I can't see Monae in any other vehicle right now. Like, what are we doing here? She doesn't give me Uber. She doesn't give me Lyft. Like, I was confusion. So I'm like, okay, we taking it a little too far, but I get it, right? So the next morning, Noma meets with Carter and Nico, and she was like, my fiance hasn't found out his mother dead yet. What the hell going on? Okay. And so they explained to her, the Russians took things far. They end up torching the G-Wagon. There are 2 bodies that were found, but we are not sure, and it hasn't been confirmed who the bodies are, right? So, of course, Noma is annoyed and upset because she wants answers. Like, this isn't good enough. And Carter stated, like, we don't control forensics. And I'm like, okay, Carter, I get it, but did forensics look at the scene with Felicia? Because they could clearly see that something else happened in a goddamn wreck, okay? Okay, like, I'm sorry. You don't got nobody on the inside in the forensics team? Like, come on, Carter. What are we doing here? What are we doing, sir? But hey, I can't harp on every little thing, you guys, since I will be here all day. Okay. Yes, Miss Kara, RP to the G-Wagon. What's up, KIM? Thank you for coming through, boo. I appreciate you. So, Noma's annoyed, right? Cane over there trying to write some vows. We ain't never seen this boy with a pen and paper ever in life, right? Don't know what grade he completed in school. The boy is frustrated, okay? The boy is frustrated. He don't know what to write. I mean, as far as I know, the last book he read was Cat in the Hat. So, bless his heart, right? So, Monae is already put it in his head that, your mom is plotting against us. He's like, let me call her to see what's going on. And she was like, no, don't call her. We need to make sure today is perfect. He was like, yeah, you're right. Kid is so easily manipulated. It's not even funny. Like, it's getting annoying at this point. And he expects us to believe that he is okay and qualified enough to run a whole legal and illegal operation. Like, get the hell out of here. Get out of here, okay? So, y'all, this next scene, I laughed so hard. Tariq was over there in that warehouse, spazzing out, crashing out. And all I can think was, Reek, we don't believe you. You need more people. Like, this scene was so horribly acted. I questioned Tariq's entire existence in the Power universe. Because there is no way you could be acting and have been playing this character for 10 plus years and been this horrible conveying this emotion. Hey, Samara, thank you for coming through. This fool is over there messing up people's stuff. Talk about Tariq, say Effie Patrick. Y'all, I could not hold it together. This was hilarious. And I know David slash Method Man was like, this fool, this is horrible. Like, I can't even imagine being in the scene when somebody else is acting horrible. Like, it gives me Carisha and BMF a little bit. And I wonder how Little Meech was thinking, like this is horrible. Like, it's giving Meech, where's my husband? Ty, did you forget the elevator code? Like, it was giving bad acting. And I don't understand why in the hell we kept this in the damn episode. Like, oh my God. This was so unbelievable. And Tariq wasn't making any damn sense to me. What's up, Blaze? Thank you so much. I thank you for coming through and donating to the church. You said, Kane said, forget the cat in the hat. I'm trying to move these packs. At this point, I'd rather Kane try to be a washed up rapper than move this weight. Okay. Well, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm tired of seeing these rappers that clearly ain't got no talent. Like, you know what? Keep your drug dealer dreams. Go ahead, Kane. Keep them dreams, right? But Tariq is over there crying and hollering, talking about he murked his father. And Noma, Carter, and Nico don't seem to think that he would do it to them. And I'm like, I'm tired of you bringing this up. Like, and you keep bringing up Tariq, but low-key, why did you murk your father? You murked your father because you refused to turn yourself in. But you, ever since then, you've constantly done actions to be landed in jail. And honestly, Tariq, at this point, I've been rooting for you. I don't know how the writers they were able to bamboozle me, right? Because Tariq is nothing but a glorified punk-ass entitled kid who was upset because his dad cheated on his mother and he allowed Cane to manipulate him into a different lifestyle. And he liked the rebellion of it, so he continued that lifestyle. But then he murked his dad because he did not want to own up to his consequences, right? But what was murking James for? You're still over here doing dumb ass. It's not like you murked your dad to stay free and then continue to be on the right path. You still continuously trying to sell work, and not just sell work, you trying to be the apex predator. Like, you murked your father for nothing, low key, because it looks like you about to end up in jail. And if you not, you need to be there, because let's be honest, you guys. Tariq needs to be neutralized. He has to be stopped, because while he is alive and free, bodies are dropping at an enormous rate, at an accelerated rate. Like, they're going to continue to drop unnecessarily while this boy is out here free roaming these streets. And this is probably the first episode where I'm like, you know what, Tariq? Whatever happens, bro, because I'm sorry, you cashed out. You cashed out of this casino of my heart because I'm tired. I am tired. And the way you think it and the way Cane is thinking, y'all might as well link up because y'all pretty much want the same damn thing, but it probably won't work because y'all dumbass egos is in the way. But Davis is trying to talk him off the ledge and tell him to breathe, to think. But Tariq states he can trust no one, right? And Davis is like, well, betrayal is a hard thing, right? And then Tariq states, now listen, you guys, he states, betrayal requires trust. I've betrayed myself. The only person I can trust is me. Let's run that back. Betrayal requires trust. I betrayed myself. The only person I can trust is me. It's like you pretty much said you can't trust yourself, but the only person I can trust is myself. Lord, get this boy a mental evaluation, because what the hell you talking about, Reek? You are lost just like your ex-baby mama Diana, because what? What? And during this time, have you communicated with your mama? Because you are clearly at war and you have 3 walking liabilities out here. You got Big Mama who's over there just drunk over that box wine. your mama and Yaz. Who's to say that they are not walking targets? And I'm not saying you need to go over there to talk to your mama, but you can call her and like, hey, mama, I'm going to need you to be on your P's and your Q's. Because I got a lot of heat coming. These people will not do anything. They will do anything they can to get at me. So let's just say I'm still a little concerned about Tasha. But this whole scene gave me James's attitude, episode 610 and Original Power. When Ghost is over there telling everybody that will listen, nobody will pretty much stop me in my ambitions. But Tariq, you need to be stopped. I'm sorry. You got to be stopped, sir. I'm tired. Like, we are done. Whatever happens to you, I'm washing my hands with it. I am done, Tariq. I've tried to hold on, and I've given up hope for you at this point. Now, will I be mad if he wins? No. But you're doing way too much. So while he's over there kicking and screaming, Monae, Diana, and Drew, they over there at the motel, right? And Monae is explaining to these kids, like, Noma and Carter gotta go. Now, I want y'all to stand beside me, but I understand if y'all don't want to. And Drew and Diana looking like, we get a choice? Like, what's going on here? Like, these kids are mad confused, right? And, you know, Monae is pretty much giving them the option to opt out. But she also explains, like, I'm still going to love y'all regardless. So, you know, the kids are in. And this honestly is what they've been wanting the entire time. They've been wanting to exercise some sort of independence mentally and physically from Monae. But she refused to do so because she is a control freak. And I know she's a control freak because you can't tell me that you couldn't have been out there creating your own army independent of your kids. Your kids didn't need to be wrapped up in this, but since you're such a manipulator and a control freak, you refuse to hire some real street niggas to be on your squad. And it also shows you cheap as hell because you probably didn't want to pay nobody because we know you ain't really paying these kids like that. You taking them shopping, yeah, it's giving P. Diddy vibes low key. But you taking these kids shopping and give them a cute little roof over their head, and you think that's cute. Okay, cool. But again, this was another scene that showed me something is about to go down. So she sees that Tariq and Davis, they pull up, so we all have a meeting. And I love these type of scenes, you guys, because if y'all don't know, I mentioned it before, but I love the genre or the sub genre of heist movies. I love heist movies. I love all the oceans, 8, 12, 11. Like, I love all the oceans. I love Italian Job. Like, I love those type of heists. We got to assemble a team together for a common goal. Like, I love that. Okay. So immediately, Monae, who refuses to use any brain cells, because I'm sure the lace glue over there in that scalp, it doesn't allow such, right? So she was like, all right, let's hear your little plan, Tariq. I know you got a big plan in that big ass head. I'm just like, bruh, why this fool got to think for everybody? Monae, you are clearly 40-ish. That's why Tariq over there crashing out, because he using every bit of brain cell he can get. Don't nobody got no good ideas but Tariq St. Patrick. Like, this is ridiculous. Poor boy need a rest. Honestly, Tariq need a vacation. He need a vacation. So at the end of the conversation, they realize, hey, we need to attack Carter. We need to attack Noma. They decide to attack Noma at the reception. And Monae wants to ensure she creates distance from Cane because she does not want Cane to be involved at all, right? And Tariq posed a good point because he was like, well, how the hell will we know that Cane ain't a part of this? And Monae says, because it's my son and I know it. But that's a great question Tariq did ask. And so Drew offers some intel on Carter that allows them to get Carter. He says he goes, I don't know if it's St. Anne, St. Mary, whatever Catholic church. He's going to be there on Saturday at 4 because that's what he always do. But they mentioned, hey, we need some more hands, okay? So Monae was like, where's the white boy and where's the additional hands? And Tariq clearly stated he don't want Brayden to be a part of it. And I understood. I was like, yeah, Tariq, you're right. We don't need that firecracker nowhere near this team, right? But Davis also was like, sir, yes, we actually do need more hands on deck. Okay, this is a requirement. So Tariq goes to Brayden and Effie and pretty much let them know, like, hey, Carter and Noma after me, and we at war. And Brayden was like, war again? Brayden is over this shit. Brayden just want to snort his coke and peace and harmony and sulk over L. Like, he don't have time for this shit. That's why the poor boy on drugs, he is overstimulated, okay? Jesus Christ. So Brayden was like, you know what? You was there for, Elle and I when she was going through it, so I'm on board, right? So Tariq was like, all right, I have one condition. Stay off that booger sugar, okay? And so Brayden seems to agree, right? So Effie was like, okay, it's cute or whatever. So what do I have to do with this situation, okay? Why am I here? And so Tariq explains that he needs help, with the camera footage or what have you. We already know she's master hacker, okay? And she's still like, okay, well, what do I get out of this? And so Reek kind of uses Rashandria's big ass mouth as leverage and pretty much stated like she would tell anybody about Effie's plan to leave, right? But my thing is, that line was a little confusing because to me, and I could be wrong, but the way it was conveyed to me or how I took it is that Tariq knew about Effie's acceptance and threatened to tell Rashandria to tell everybody. That's how I got it. Did y'all see it the same way? Because if Effie told Rashandria, which I wouldn't put it past her, but you got to be careful telling her. But maybe Effie was so cocky at the time and thought I'm going to just throw it on Cane one last time and he's going to help. Like, yeah, Cane about to get married tomorrow. Let me go ahead and whip that thing on him real quick. And, them give him a little incentive to pull a little message in Noma's ear to let my people go. Okay, it's giving very much Harry Tubman a little bit. But maybe, that's where Effie head it was at if she did tell Rashandria. But for some reason, I felt like Effie's still smarter than that, though. Anywho, but I like to think that Reek was going to threaten to tell Rashandria. But Reek also let her know, like, hey, you want freedom. You want to go onto the Underground Railroad to California. You need to be on this plan, okay? This will give you a clean slate if you help. Low key, if she didn't help, she probably would still have a chance of freedom if they did everything right. But anywho, Effie was like, bruh, okay, whatever. I'm in low key, but we talking about a cop here. And Tariq was like, we done worse. And Brayden was like, have we? And Effie and Brayden was like, we haven't done worse. Tariq was like, I've done worse. I'm like, yeah, Tariq, think about yourself. You have done worse. They have not. Do you remember? You remember Ray Ray, right? He had a whole badge. Granted, I approve of you murking Ray Ray. But sir, they have not done worse. That's you. That's you. You don't give a good goddamn who you burnt. You giving Tommy low key. You're giving very much Tommy. So, y'all, we head to the wedding venue, and this is the day of the wedding. This is a couple days later because the meet with everybody, they mentioned that the wedding's on Saturday, which gives me, this is probably Wednesday or Thursday when they was communicating, because if it was a Friday, they wouldn't just said Saturday, but they would have said tomorrow, okay? So it's a few days later, Davis is over there telling Noma that there's some signatures missing on some important documents, but she says she don't have time. Noma, what the hell you mean you don't have time? It's your wedding. First of all, it's a fake ass wedding. You ain't really serious with the emotions or what have you. All you got to do is exchange some rings and let bygones, be bygones. Like, what are you doing here, Noma? You really ain't got much to do like that. Especially when you about to marry Cane. You got to make sure all your I's are dotted and all your T's is crossed. What the hell are you talking about? But I think this is a setup because Cane may actually inherit the business some type of way. There may be some loopholes. Yes, he's going to need some help reading such things because, as I stated, I feel like The Cat in the Hat was the last book Cane has read. So he's not fully equipped to understand the legal documentation. So someone is going to have to read to him so he can clearly understand what the hell going on. And I just thought about it. Maybe Diana can help. Like, you know, maybe Diana and Cane can do like a Noma Chindu type situation. Because Diana is smart. You know, she was going to school for accounting or business or what have you. So she's equipped to kind of be side by side with Cane, but it's hard to understand where Diana's going to go because obviously she's not trying to graduate. Okay. She didn't even take the exam. So maybe her mom's death will push her and give her motivation to kind of just be a better and bigger mom. Another Monae just asked Tariq felt he was going to be in regards to replacing Ghost. I don't know. Anywho, we don't see her signing these documents, so that's probably going to come up, right? So Davis overhears one of her goons saying that Vadim didn't come to the drop. So, of course, now he has to figure out how to separate this goon from telling Noma because the goon was trying to tell Noma ASAP to the pronto. So Dave was like, yeah, we can't bother Noma because I actually need to, you know, have some documents signed from, you know, Vadim, which is weird, right? Like, why would Vadim need to sign documents for Noma unless they're cleaning money together or what have you? That's possibly it. But long story short, Davis lures the goon to the woods. Davis, this annoys me about these shows. They be having the blicky so close to the people to where the gun get knocked out of range. Like, y'all too close. Back up. Back up. Okay. So the goon end up taking the, you know, blicky out of Davis's hand. He body slams Davis. Okay, I'm like, Davis, I know he cracked a couple backs. Like, you don't need no chiropractor, sir. Okay, because the dude did the job well. Okay, so Davis ends up strangling old dude, but it seems though immediately he's shocked and surprised that he did it. I was like, well, you was over there pumping iron every episode, Davis. Like, yes, you're strong. You was smart. You was kind. You was strong, sir. But it's crazy because it's given like this is his first body. And I'm like, no, this ain't your first body. This is your second body. But the first one probably was really on accident. But this kind of made me nervous a little bit, y'all. Because I thought he was about to be a goner. Two, after, you know, he murked old dude. I don't know. It's just his reaction to it. And it was very realistic. I don't mind him putting his initial reaction in there. But I'm like, Davis, don't punk out now. Don't don't turn on us, baby boy. Like, I'm sorry, you was looking all rough and tough when you was cocking that gun back when you got out the car. But now you're looking a little scary spice. So I'm just hoping he keeps it 10 toes down and does not feel away when he, you know, realizes what he's done. Because he had to do it. He had to do it, right? So what's up, G? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. I haven't seen you before, but thank you for the support nonetheless. You said Cane is giving Floyd Mayweather level of reading. Yeah, I told y'all Cane was in that classroom with a big TV and they did not exchange classes at all. They stayed in that one room that had couches and TVs, okay? Aisha, you said no, pretty girl. Davis made Noma sign some shiesty documents paperwork before the wedding. Cane ain't going to have that company. No, I understand he made her sign paperwork beforehand, but he was stating that there was other documents that needed to be signed. So I feel like he's trying to solidify some things. But I don't want to get into that rabbit hole though. You guys. we get to the wedding. And Davis, he had enough time to go home, change his suit, and attend the wedding on time. I was like, all right, Davis, thank you for being low-key punctual. But the wedding, it was dry as hell. Okay, of course, no motions there. Cane is really taking it seriously, all hugging Chindu. Like, I'm like, back off. Back off, my mans, okay? But Noma, she looked pretty. You know, it was a wedding, child. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a wedding. I was shocked that they made it to this point. So, y'all, we at the church, and y'all just bear with me if I crash out because I'm so aggravated with Tariq right now. So Effie, she does her part. She, used her beloved taser to get the security guard, what I'm saying, over. He passed out, right? Braden, he let the parishioners know that the church has bed bugs, so they bounced. And he also handled the priest who was passed out. I'm like, Braden, did you have a stun gun too? Like, I was a little confused. Like, how did you handle the priest? Like, I was confusion, right? So we see Tariq. He's awaiting in the little confession room with the blicky. Silencer is on. Like, everything is set. Everything is set. Carter comes in. He sits down. He doesn't have any guard. He's in church. He's in church, for God's sake. And Tariq decided not to put the blicky through the hole. He decides to get out of the confession room. Open Carter's confessional room. And put the blicky in his head and start talking cash shit about the Russians not being good enough. Tariq, why? You could have easily murked Carter through the little confession hole. But your cocky ass decided, no, you wanted to talk cash shit because you in your head is so delusional enough to still think you could have a whole blicky in this cop's head and you still come out rising. That would have been perfect because yes, we disassembled disabled the cameras, but you being able to actually murk Carter inside of the confession rooms, that would have been perfect. That would have been an extra level of security, knowing that, hey, there's no footage at all because we're not over here in the main room. We're over here in the enclosed space to where we was able to successfully carry out this kill. But you, sir, acting like you're a little rookie and you do the number one mistake to where you're talking so much cash shit that Carter was able to disarm you, and not only disarm you, arrest your little funky ass. And then in the midst of this, you learned that you are on camera murking Zion. Which that may help us in the future, because let's say, I'm just going to say, hey, maybe this is a good thing because maybe somehow we can figure out how to obtain this footage when it comes to Zion. That's the only positive I can think of when it comes to this scene. I don't know if we got to lure Nico. I don't know what we got to do, but we got to get this footage. Maybe we don't get the footage and Tariq still go down because Lord knows this fool must be stopped. So Carter takes Tariq into the vehicle. Of course, Effie and Braden don't know what to do. So they go to the alley and tell Monae about, what just happened, right? And so I peeped Braden, right? Because Monae was trying to figure out, like, what the hell is going on. So Braden lied. I feel like this is a lie. Unless he high as hell. But he told Monae Carter got Reek. And he thinks that Carter knew they was on to him. Carter did not know and did not suspect that Tariq was on him. But I'm thinking if it is either Brayden was high as hell when he said this lie, but I honestly feel like he lied to Monae to cover Tariq's ass. Because they was watching what happened. He watched his homeboy talk cash-ish when he didn't need to. They saw the whole damn thing. Oh, Tariq, you fumbled because you being a cocky ass little boy set this everything up from now on to the end of the episode. You mess up the plan. We gotta hold this responsibility on Tariq at this point because I'm tired. Give me a Serta mattress because I am tired, Tariq. Oh my God! So Carter he pulls off with Reek. Effie and Brayden follow, right? Monae, when she realized, oh, she was told that Carter called Noma and let her know. Because Noma gets the call and she tells, her brother, like, hey, if Monae shows up, shoot first, ask questions later, okay? And her brother was like, yo, what do we do about Cane? She was like, well, I don't think Cane is a part of it. So until now, we're going to stay put. But if we find out if he's a part of it, we're going to handle his ass too, okay? So, Lord Jesus. Brayden and Effie, they tell Carter, and Brayden, creates a situation where Carter's car is crashed. Now, honestly, I don't think that was the most horrible plan. I thought Brayden was just going to crash into the vehicle himself, not have Carter's vehicle go into a little, I don't think it was 18-wheel. It was like a storage unit or what have you. Or like, what is it called? I can't think of the name right now. But at first, because it looks like, oh, is Carter dead? Is Reek dead? Like, what's going on? Reek was in the back seat. So I had more hope for Tariq than Carter. So I was like, oh, is Carter gone? Like, I would have been happy. I would have been cool. But I wasn't too upset because Brayden had to think. And I'm tired of Brayden over there snorting that coke before he do things. But sometimes I think it helps. Sometimes I think the help, of the coke kind of, made him a little erratic. But I wasn't mad at this move when it came to Brayden. Lord Jesus. We at the reception, y'all. And I love the fact that they trickled in and they ensured that we got the Nigerian culture because we know, they have the traditional wedding with the white dress, but they also have, a portion of the wedding where they do the African garb. Like some Nigerians have multiple weddings, ceremonies, not even on the same day. So I do love the fact that we were able to kind of get both weddings on camera. Like I thought that was really cute. I must say that. Shout out to them. So Kate and Noma, they're over there doing their little couple dance. And Noma pretty much asked Cane to choose. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about, girl? Like, I choose you. I'm saying, yo, ring, look at this rock. Yeah, I signed the papers. Like, what else do you want? So she lets him, like, this scene was a little off, right? Because as soon as he started questioning things, Noma's brother came in the picture and they kind of made it, they do the little whole make it rain money thing at the reception. But as, Cane is trying to figure out what's going on, he see all his peoples getting, hemmed up by security. Cousin Dirk over there, Drew and Diana. Mind you, nobody got no phones, right? And I thought to myself, where is Davis? Because when Effie and Brayden was tailing Carter and Tariq, Effie mentioned that she texted Davis. But we don't see Davis no more in this episode. I thought that was interesting. You would have thought that Davis would have been at the reception too, unless he decided to leave. But I don't know. I kind of peeped that. Like, where the hell is Davis during this situation, right? Anywho, because he was at the ceremony. So, speaking of Effie, she over there freaking out with Brayden because Carter is over there tied up to a chair and they try to, get Reek from consciousness. Okay, so he awakens and he's kind of cloudy. And Carter's like, what the F you gonna do now, Tariq? Because once my peoples realize I'm MIA, they're gonna come looking for me, and they're gonna come looking for you. You know, you pretty much are a done deal, sir. You're a done deal. So now Tariq, I don't know, I'm a little nervous because he probably has a concussion, and now we're asking this boy to come up with a whole plan because Lord knows he used a lot of his brain cells thinking for Monae the whole goddamn week. Now he has to figure out how to handle Carter accordingly. And we have Effie there, so I'm sure she can gain some assistance. Brayden, not so much. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know. We don't follow up with Carter and Tariq after this point. So I'm sure that's going to be a big part of the finale. But what do y'all think? Like, I'm interested on how they're going to spin this. They got to figure it out. They got to figure it out. So meanwhile, back at the wedding, y'all, let me ask y'all this. Monae left the church to see about her kids at the wedding because she was in fear that Noma would do something to them. But she found enough time to go home and change her clothes and then show up at the wedding venue. Like, houseway. You ain't giving a damn about them kids like that, Monae. Then you had no sense of urgency, ma'am. You was over there with the all black in church, but then found yourself with a cute little cutout dress at the wedding. You didn't have no sense of urgency. Stop playing with me, Monae. That was hilarious to me. Like, what we doing here? Well, we did not have no extra minutes to spare. Noma is an international guns and arms dealer, for God's sake, with millions of goons. I'm sorry, y'all. That was interesting to me. What's up, Brillo? Thank you for coming through. Yes, Miss Kira, in a whole new outfit. Like, what? I understand you gotta, fit in, but we didn't have time for that. We did not have time for that. It was a state of emergency, okay? So don't ask me where these goons was taking Diana and Drew, because they could have put them in the basement. I don't understand the point of transporting them. But good thing, because Mona was able to murk both goons, thereby freeing and alleviating Drew and Diana for their possible fate, right? So she saves those two, but they realize Cane is still inside, so she knows she need to go and see about her son. She gives her kids an option. She was like, y'all need to go. Peace out. I'm going to handle this. But they decided to stay. Tejada first. I'm like, okay. So they take the front. She takes the back. And as soon as I hear that beat drop, I was like, oh, we about to be in some shits. When they played that here, now don't get me wrong, I'm just enamored at the fact that they playing Hail Mary, okay? I mean, gotta be probably top 3 pop songs, right? So just the nostalgia and the feeling of it. And I'm also thinking, how much of the budget did we use to clear this song? Like, God, I noticed the Pocket State was not cheap, okay? So, maybe 50 he had a hand, and maybe he got a discounted rate since, he got he got hands and things. But I'm like, this sounds like a pretty penny right here, okay? And then, of course, thinking about the ending, I'm like, this was the perfect ode to Mary J. Blige. Like, Hail Mary? Like, this was fire. This was like one of the most perfect songs you could play in this position. I don't know. I don't think they have. Oh, yeah, they actually did play Many Men. Because I'm like, I want to hear Many Men, but they actually did play that when Tariq and Tommy met up. I feel like that was book 2. It was either book 2 or Force, the beginning of one of those shows. But yeah, they did play Many Men, so I ain't heard too much, but I've been itching. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't that impactful to me, so that's why I still want to do over with Many Men. But anywho, we hearing Hail Mary. Hail Mary is playing. Okay. What's up, Aisha? You said Davis is treacherous. He's moving in plain sight. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about Davis. Okay. So thank you so much for the super chat again. So Mary, she over there with the thigh-high boots, the cutout dress, murking goons one at a time with the silencer. Pew, 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 pew. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. When old dude came down the steps with the machine gun, I'm like, for Mary not to get hit with that, that was a little off-putting now. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, there is bullets flying at an accelerated rate. Here, there, everywhere. And she didn't get hit now one time. That was the time where I'm like, ooh, Mary, I don't know. Maybe we need to, I don't know. I'm sure when you changed your clothes, there was no, you ain't got no bulletproof vest at the house, like no bulletproof bras we could put on. Like, I'm like, I don't know. You took the time to go home to change, baby girl. We could have came a little more equipped. A little more equipped. Okay, I was a little nervous. I'm not even gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. But she was over there, pew, 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 pew. She was getting them, she was knocking them pieces off. And so she actually was able to gain, action to someone. And she was like, where the hell my son? Where the hell my son? What's up, Marcus? You said, well, Proud Mary and been a good song to Mary to put. Nah. Anybody's trying to hear no goddamn Proud Mary to Marcus? No, we needed some gangster, some thug shit. Proud Mary would not have hit the same. Come on, what we doing here, DeMarcus? You set tripping. We on some thuggery, okay? Some gangsterism right now. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You got to know the vibes, DeMarcus. Stop playing. Thank you for the super sticker, though. So Monae, we see where her son at. He over there in the basement, tied up on his wedding night with his bride, pretty much talking about you'll never be your own man until Monae is gone. And he like, gone? What the hell are you talking about, gone? So she over there trying to manipulate Cane, saying Monae is over there trying to infiltrate in our business. You know what I'm saying? She's holding us back, yada, yada, yada. And she was like, you got to choose me or Monae. And Cane was like, fool, don't you understand? This don't work without me. And she was like, well, this is why we here, ain't we? I'm like, y'all, this is too much. This is too much, okay? So Cane, he has his mini monologue. He pretty much states like, yo, Monae has my back. She's my blood. Like, what are you talking about? And Noma was explaining, like, she's always belittling you. She's always talking down to you. And Cane was like, a black kid in these streets is treacherous. Niggas be out here hurting kids out here. Monae was there to protect me when I couldn't protect myself. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. This dialogue did confuse me a little bit. Because when he said niggas be out here hurting kids, and I'm like, okay, what trauma have you been through, Cane? Like, it was given like molestation a little bit, but I had to bring it back because I had to think about the preceding sentence when he said a black kid in these streets is treacherous. So I'm just going to stick to the fact to where, since he's talking about the streets and being treacherous, I'm just going to say he's just talking about just physical violence and not sexual violence. Because I would be annoyed as hell if they're trying to unpack some sexual trauma with Cane in this episode and we didn't got not near inkling about this in any other episode. This is episode 49 at this point. We don't have time for this, okay? We don't have time for this. So I'm just going to say he's talking about violence and his mama being there because Poppy was over there in cell block D, okay? I'm just saying. Oh, gosh. Brillo, thank you so much for the super stick. You said Cane. I cannot. Don't do that. Don't do that to Cane. Don't do that. I appreciate it. Wait. I am going to hold you. So, yes, I agree. Miss Carey said that was my assumption. Voice of reason. You said he met Monae, always stopped him from being hurt like other kids on the street. Yeah, no, I agree. But just the way, and maybe, Woody was doing such a great, acting job to where it was so much passion when he said those lines, like niggas be out here hurting kids. Like the fact when you think of somebody hurting kids, I don't know, and maybe it's me, but my mindset immediately goes to sexual violence. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. And maybe that's me. Because there's so many stories we hear about that. But the only thing that kind of brought me back to just physical violence is him talking about the streets being treacherous. But I don't know. I just felt like, you know, I wasn't necessarily wrong and being confused at that point. So Monae is listening to all these kind words from the outside of the door as she got a blicky to Noma's goon's head, right? And so Cane was like, I'm never going against my mother. And he proceeded to let out the FUs with such grace and such strength through his vocal cords. Like I felt that in his spirit, right? And I get it, right? And I'm not mad at him. But I also thought, what if Cane played with her little game, right? It would have been like, you're right. She need to be gone so he can, get untied and help save this mother. But I also thought, no, we can't really play like that at the same time because we don't know what Noma currently has in place in regards to offing Monae. You know what I'm saying? We don't know where Monae at this point. We don't know if she got Monae hostage. So I understand Cane just going and being 10 toes down with his moms. But at the same time, I thought maybe what if he would have played along with the plan just to get untied and then eventually conspired to off Noma. But it was too many variables up, because to Cane's knowledge, Monae was not there because she didn't want to, be at the wedding. But anywho, as soon as Noma pointed that blinky in Cane's face and said, F you to you cunt. And of course her brother was like, let's get over this. Let's be done with this. Monae comes through using my man as a little human shield as she letting off the blinkies and there's gunfire everywhere. Cane, he falls on the floor. It was pure chaos, okay? Gunfire everywhere. Cane just all helpless. Oh my God, he was like a helpless little wounded bird. I just wanted to scoop him up and save him and fly him away, you guys. Like I really was in my feelings. I'm like, Cane, no. So Monae, she found herself behind a wall. And of course, Noma's still talking cash shit and telling Monae, like, your son chose you, so he's going to choose to die with you, yada, yada, yada. So when Noma said, shoot him, of course, Monae is like, God damn it. I got to go out here and save my son. So she came from around that wall and she just blasted on the fool. I was like, we couldn't like peek around the corner and start shooting. We had to go in the middle. Like it was giving Ricky for Boys in the Hood. Like there's no like bobbing and weaving, no pivots or anything. Like we had to go just straight in the middle and just start blasting. Like we can't blast and peek around the corner and start shooting from there. We just got to be extra obvious to be in the middle of the whole shebang and just start blasting. I would have peeked around the corner and started pew, 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 pew. If I ain't get nobody, then I was going to go ahead and come out with my full body. You know what I'm saying? But she had a sense of urgency to save her son. So maybe she was like, F it. But at the same time, Monae, you got wet up. The plan wasn't the best plan because in theory, they got you and they could immediately got Cane. And so everything would have been pointless. Okay, I would have been pew, 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 pew from the corner. And then go from there. So now Noma and her brother, they escaped. I was like, God damn. Oh, Lord. I was so frustrated when they was able to escape. Then Drew and Diana come through. and it's a little too late because Noma's body is over there bleeding out, and then Cane over there tied up, child. He tied up. I'm like, no, wait. And all she could say was, my babies. And so Drew and Diana over there, talk about ma. And then Cane at the end, he did say, I'm sorry. Well, no, he said sorry. Soon as right before the credits let off, he said sorry. So in my head, Cane is assuming responsibility for this, and he's holding himself accountable. That's what I'm thinking at this point. But y'all, Monae is gone. And don't get me wrong, I ain't really F with Monae like that. I'm not even going to hold y'all and lie. But I must admit, I probably shed a half of a thug tear by the end of this episode, because she tried to save her baby, her dumbass baby. Lord, gone too soon. Now, I'm most annoyed because Noma left unscathed. Now, we got to find this chick. We got to figure out what we going to do with Carter. Like, this is a lot. I at least wanted her brother to be murked. Like, because he aggravated me the first millisecond he opened his mouth. R.I.P. Monae. That was the most glorious, the most beautiful death I have seen in a while. Like, you could tell Mary got pulled up in the writer's room. They love them some Mary J. Blige. Because you can tell. Like, I would have been at that writer table like, that's fire as hell. And you know what? We could play Hail Mary, and I could be pew, 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 all up and through the house. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I know Mary was hyped up. She was hyped up during they was the little writing room. I knew she was listening to that shit. Was like, yeah. Oh my God. Oh Lord. But y'all, that was the episode. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me know when I'm looking at y'all comments. What do y'all rate this, right? Because I must say the last 5 minutes was hella entertaining. It was hella fire. I thoroughly enjoyed the ending. The whole episode was cute, right? Granted, there were some scenes that were a little off-putting, a little annoying. There's things with the storyline that was kind of mediocre, that was frustrating. But overall, this was a decent episode 9. I think a lot of the frustration that we're experiencing is the mere fact that we got so much we need to do. And by we, I mean Tariq, Noma, Carter, and them. And we have, and y'all better not play with us. Don't give us no 58-minute episode. We need a good 115. Give us an hour and 15 at least before y'all let us go. Because I don't know how, and I feel like they're going to bring up some old people and bring them in the mix. I think they're going to do a lot. I just hope they execute well. Oh my gosh. Yes, Monica M. She said, who says cunt? That was so random. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, but you need Tia Kim on your team. You need to know how to curse somebody out. You need somebody from Miami-Dade 305. Because you need a class on how to curse people out. That may fly over there across the pond or Nigeria somewhere, but cunt, that ain't it, boo-boo. That's not how you curse people out. Ask Rick Ross, okay? Oh, yeah, Monae was in complete mama bear mode. That is facts. Dexter, you said too many speeches in this episode. I swear, they think this is a play. And granted, I call this show telenovela many a times, but they low-key be giving Tyler Perry plays sometimes. Too many words, too many unnecessary words. Now, I'm a fan of dialogue, but there's a time and a place, okay? Like, what we doing here? Dexter, you said Monae's kids took too long to get there. Yeah, we don't know. They probably was pew, pew, pewing in the front. You know what I'm saying? They didn't show what Diana and Drew was up to, right? Because how did they find out that they was in the basement? We didn't see how they found out that everybody was in the basement. You know what I'm saying? There were no gunshots. There was no extra noise, right? And this is a big venue. So when Monae was going against the dude with the machine gun and he fell down the stairs, all the guests left. So I don't know. That's a good question. How did the kids find out they was in the basement? Did they search that whole goddamn place? Hell no. HA, you said the irony of it all, the kids can take their mother, no one else can. And that was the thing too. I was thinking, I was just like, we started off, them trying to plot against their mom and murk her. Y'all wouldn't have been able to handle that. Because from her being murked by the ops, y'all can't take it. Y'all can't take it. Y'all should just, oh my God. Aisha, you said Monica, foreign blacks use cunt the way America may use bitch. Yeah, I get that too. I watch some shows across the pond or what have you, but it still don't hit though. It don't hit. Like save that from across the pond. When you working an American Noma, I'm gonna need you to use American words. I'm sorry. You technically an American now, right? I'm gonna need you to adapt some of our words. Go ahead and call to your Kemp, boo. Voice of Reason, you said, thinking about it now, I get emotional just saying. What y'all said, let me know. Put a yes or no about Monae's death. Like, are y'all feeling the way or not? Do y'all care or not? Because don't get me wrong, I be doing this. I don't know why. I be real quick to be like, this person gotta go. They gotta go. But when they do go, I punk out a little bit. I was like, dang, did they have to go? Did they really have to go? And I did hold a acknowledgement of life service for Monae on Friday. So I did link that video in the description box of this video. So please, view that, like that video. We had a whole eulogy. We sent her home properly, I think. So please support that video if y'all don't mind. Okay. Right now it's 50 people in here. So I will hope to check my stats later and see at least 50 likes. Please and thank you. What's up, HEA? Samira, you said you enjoyed this episode. Deborah, you give it a 9.5. HEA a 9. Miss Kira, you said 8.5 to 9. You can't commit, Miss Kira. Jay, you said 8.5 out of 10. Samara, you said 9 for me. Juan, you give it an 8. Voice of Reason, you said 9.5. Reek gotta bounce back. That's what I'm saying. At this point, like I said previously, I don't know if I'm attached to any outcome to Reek experience at this point. Because he just clearly pissed me off too many times this episode. So I'm kind of washing my hands with Tariq. I wanted him to win, but I'm tired. I got too many gray hairs. I done used too many pumps for my asthma, pump. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired, Tariq. You're doing too much. Kara, you give it an 8. DeMarcus, you gave it a 10. So this was perfect to you. Okay, I ain't mad. Steven, what's up? You give it an 8. Thank you so much, Aisha. You said Monae is the 2024 version of Miss Sophia. All her life she had to fight. Did she? Did she have to fight? No, I don't think she had to fight. Okay. She couldn't take a little bit of brown water, roaches, and rats. So she decided to enlist in the drug game. Okay. She was being impatient, not very cutesy, not very demure. She was over there doing too much. She could have went on over there to, any grocery store to get a job. Okay. She didn't want that. Okay. She didn't want that. Poppy wasn't moving fast enough. So I get what you're saying, boo. It was funny. But in all actuality, Monae chose this life as Tariq chose his life. Even though Tariq, he had a better lifestyle. I ain't gonna hold you. But she chose this on some level. Samira, you say you felt sad. Aww. Deborah, you felt sad too. Oh, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When she was saying my babies, I ain't gonna hold you. I low-key wanted to forget every little treacherous, ratchet thing she did when it came to them kids. I'm not even gonna lie. I was feeling the way. Miss Kira, you said you wanted Monae to go last week, but they made me regret it. That's what I'm saying. They be playing with our emotions. I did not want Monae on this show like that. But now she gone. I miss her. I agree, HEA. And Tejada did definitely need to go. They definitely was too intact. Too intact. Like y'all didn't get no losses. No, I ain't gonna lie. I thought cousin / Aunt Janet was gonna be a casualty. Not say I don't see a complete point to her character, but at the same time, I wouldn't been affected by her death either. So I don't know. DeMarcus, you say give it a 10. Monica, you said you gave it a 9. I got to hold a 10 till next week. Understand. I respect that. Steven, you give it an 8. Young Champ, you give it a 10. Aisha, 9.5. Okay. I don't think I see anything less than the 8 up in here. What would I give this episode? And this is the thing. The last 5 minutes, if that didn't happen, I would have gave this episode like a 7. Oh, so now I gotta bump it up. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I think I'm comfortable with that. I think the scene that really threw me, that made this episode lose points, is Tariq in that MF and warehouse talk about he's Tariq St. motherfucking Patrick. I'm sorry. It was giving comedy at this point. I'm like, Tariq, sit your yellow ass down. Shut up. Oh my God, you get on my nerves. He never aggravated. Well, he has aggravated me in OG Power. But on this show, Tariq is on an all-time high of aggravation level when it comes to me. I'm tired. Blaze, you give it a 7. Okay, I ain't mad. I'm not mad. And like I said, the last 5 minutes carried the whole rating. Because what we doing here? What we doing? Samira, you said I was seeing Cane hurt. That really made me sad. Yeah. The way the kids reacted, oh my God. And I would think this will bring them together. But the mere fact in the previews, I believe it was Drew who stated, you're the reason, like he was blaming someone for her death. I am under the belief that he's blaming Cane. In theory, we need to blame Tariq because Tariq did not hold his part of the plan. But Drew does not necessarily know the details of what happened at the church. But at the same time, that's neither here nor there. Tariq did not complete the assignment, sir. Oh my God. Monica, and you say you sent me a super chat? I missed it. Did I miss it? Hold on, let me see. I don't see it, Monica. I don't see it, boo. I don't see it. Did it go through successfully? I don't see it. It lists all the, oh, hold on. Why didn't show that here? There's a place where we can like filter through and it didn't show it in the filter. So I'm sorry, I found it. You said, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You said after she was shot and the kids yelled, Ma, they should have all played All You Need. All I Need Is You by Mary and Method Man. Great acting. I love Mary in this series. Okay. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The cheesy part of me wanted to hear Method and Mary sing the song, but we didn't get that. But that could have been like a cute little fade out situation. You know, they could at least played the instrumental. That would have been a little sentimental moment. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know why it didn't show up initially. My bad, boo. I didn't mean to miss that. Oh, we roll on for 2 hours. Why am I here for 2 hours? We're not supposed to do that, okay? But I'm having fun with y'all. I'm about to bounce in a minute, but let me see what y'all saying. Blaze, you say I wasn't sad because all of them go back and forth when it comes to loyalty and allegiance. Monday they're cool, but Tuesday they're trying to delete each other, too wishy-washy. That is facts. They're all confused. They're all lost and confused. Diana, she admitted it, but low-key all of them, well, I don't think Cane is lost. Cane knows exactly what he wants in life. As idiotic it may be, he knows what he wants. And that's what I'm saying. Him and Tariq just need the team together. They both want to be, they need to go ahead and just do the Stringer Bell, Avon, Boxdale type situation. Go ahead and just partner up. Put y'all egos aside and do what y'all do. And we'll see how y'all make it out. Well, not even make it out. And that's the thing. And this is the confusing part about Tariq, because his whole idea to be the apex predator was to save his family. And at that particular moment, we were dealing with him, Diana, and the baby. Not so much Tasha and Yaz. Maybe, you know, they was in his thought. But now that we no longer need to necessarily protect a baby and Diana, so Tariq, where is your head at? Because you had a conversation with your mother and she made it clear, like, you need to watch your moves because you need to make sure you're getting back to us. So does he still feel like he needs to be the apex predator to insulate himself, which is still the most idiotic thing I've ever heard? But I don't know. I just need to know where Tariq's head is at. Because as we stated, he was all about ego in the beginning of the season. And the mere fact he said betrayal is about trust. He betrayed himself, but the only person he could trust is himself. So Tariq is low-key lost, I feel, in all actuality. He's confused. I just need him to figure out what his end goal is. We don't have an inheritance anymore. I feel like he feels, and since OG Power, Tariq has had this thing in his head that the only way he feel like he can make money and enough money to support himself and his family is by selling drugs. So he need to figure out what he want to do in life, because I'm tired, Tariq. I'm done. Adjust YouTube, what's up? Thank you for coming through. You say you give this episode a 5.5. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Definitely your opinion. I'm curious, what did you not like about it? I just like to know. I'm nosy. Of course, there's no point I don't disagree with. It's your rating, boo. But I just want to know. I'm nosy. Why don't you like it? What's up, Blazing Saddles? Haven't seen you in a minute. Thank you for coming through. Monica M, you say Cane isn't lost but easily manipulated. He can't get to the top while he is. Tariq needs to stop worrying about himself. Start worrying about himself, not everybody else. Yeah. Well, Tariq, he is selfish in many ways, so he does think about himself. He does that a lot. I feel like it's kind of the opposite. I feel like he thinks about himself and what he wants and desires and needs. He does think about others per se, but I think he does not miss on choosing himself as a priority at all. That's all he's been doing since we've seen his little punk ass, okay? Is thinking about himself. Been very much selfish. This man plotted and schemed against Tommy, against his father. Like this, y'all don't. And if y'all don't know, I review OG Power on Wednesdays. And right now, well, this week we'll be covering. It's actually going to be on Thursday this week because I have something to do on Wednesday. But this things with Tariq is fresh in my mind, right? And right now, we're in episode 609 this week. Do y'all remember all the bullshit that Tariq has been doing just because his selfish ass wanted to be rebellious and go against his father? Like, he literally conspired with the mob a whole kidnapping attempt and bamboozled his father and uncle out of $2 million, thereby putting everyone's life in danger. This fool don't give a good goddamn what he does as long as he's happy at the end. I'm just saying. Exactly, Miss Kira. They had a whole laundromat, a whole club. And I don't want to get to a whole nother situation crashing out about Monae, but the only time we using her venue is for special occasions. Are we truly, Monae, are you truly washing your money through this bar? Because you're not doing a very good job showing that this bar is doing any business. Missed opportunity. I feel like they could even have used, and don't get me wrong, we don't necessarily need another truth, but I would at least love them utilize the bar a little more in this show. But hey, beggars can be choosy, I guess. Monica Emmy said Tariq is always trying to get Monae, Diana, his mom, yes, etc. Since his mom went into hiding, and I don't like ghosts. He was selfish, so Tariq is like, yeah, they both were selfish. Definitely. Tariq is interesting, right? Because yes, I do feel like on some level, he does care about his family, right? He does try to protect and be quote unquote the man of the house. But I feel like a lot of his action and dialogue when he states that he's doing XYZ for others is still masked. It's still masked in his arrogance. It's still masked in his quest to prove his naysayers wrong. He's still proving something to himself. He's still low-key, I feel like, trying to prove something to his father and to himself. And I feel like he also is trying to prove and prove something in regards to Kanan. Because I know he feels like shit and feel bad about Kanan. I don't know. Tariq is just so complex. It's a lot. But he can't bullshit me. I'm sorry. Tariq cannot bullshit me at all. Because at the end of the day, he's about self. And I still feel like you can be about self on some level, but still are able to serve others. I'm sorry, Dexter, you are right. It wasn't a bar, it was a bistro. Noma made that sound real good, right? Miss Curie, you said rooted on his self. Hold on, rooted in his own self, if you will. Yeah. Tariq, I mean, he's a good character per se. I just don't know. A lot of these characters, are we seeing a lot of character development at all? Who is the most developed character in the show? Who have we seen has grown the most? Who do y'all think has grown the most in this show? And who do y'all feel has grown not one bit? Let me know, because we're 4 seasons in, and I feel like a lot of the people are still doing the same shit. And don't get me wrong, I like seeing characters like Diana. She's going through it. I do see Effie making a shift. Not a huge shift, but they're making minimum shifts. But nobody in this show, I'm like, you know what? They have grown. Okay. Miss Kira, you said Cane. Do you think Cane has grown or not grown? Keys Muller, you said, did you see Ghost? What do you mean by that? Are you referring about OG Power Ghost, or are you talking about this show Ghost? Because don't come over here being disrespectful, sir. Because I spend a minimum of 90 minutes every week, every Sunday, specifically breaking down scene by scene of this very show. I take my Sunday mornings very much seriously, sir, and I watch each episode no less than 3 times. So don't come up in here asking me, did I see Ghost? But I know one thing, if you're being disrespectful, you can get Ghost and get the hell out of here. I would say that. Anywho, Miss Kira, you said Tariq has not grown. That is facts. Dexter said Tariq has regressed. Facts. What's up, young champ? You said Cane still stupid. Braden grown into a cokehead. Yas grew. Yas grew 7 feet. Yes. Move over, Angel Reese. Yes, it's definitely coming. Okay. Stephen Harris, you said Woody McClain is a great actor and Cane is one of the better characters from book 2. But me personally, I don't. Yeah, I agree. Miss Kira, you said Cane has grown beats. Oh, he has a ways to go. He is less hot-headed. Yeah. Like, I'm glad that they threw away the whole I hate Tariq mantra. Granted, he jokes here and there about Tariq in way of Diana, but I was so glad they let that go. That hatred towards Tariq, I'm so done with that. So I'm glad they let that go. But yeah, I'm just interested in how we move forward in this show, you guys. But yes, we've been here 2 hours. Okay, so I'm going to go. I'll be reviewing episode 609 of OG Power on Thursday. Okay. That's about it. We'll be here next week for the finale. If y'all haven't caught my special live on Friday, acknowledging the life of Monae Tejada, please check that out. As I stated, the link is in the description box. So please support that video, you guys. Okay. Blazing Shadows, you said none of them have grown. It is crazy because the character development we did see in Monae, it was in the last 30 seconds of our life. Well, I should say 30 minutes. Okay. But anywho, we're going to see what the finale brings, you guys. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for you guys for coming through and supporting me every week as y'all normally do. I appreciate all the super chats, super stickers. I really love y'all. Y'all are the reason, of course, that I come back every week. But until next time, toodles.